Schmidt, as well as head coach Monty Lee. Coach, when you're ready, an opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
Well, this is an unbelievable win for our program against what I think is, arguably the best team in the country. You got to give Louisville a lot of credit for what they've accomplished this year. They're extremely talented, 1 through 9 in their lineup. They've got premium arms with starting pitching. McKay's one of the best starting pitchers in the country. And for us to find a way down early, to find a way to win this game, I think it says an awful lot about our ball club, about our toughness. We had some huge at-bats today. Seth Beer hit a homer late. Rohlman had 2 just massive at-bats for us, hit 2 home runs today, which was, the difference in the ball game. KJ Bryant, who's plays some for us versus lefties, had a great day. And Weston Wilson hit a big home run early. So, but Clay Schmidt, what can you say? It doesn't get more gutsy than that. The guy's just an absolute warrior. And the one thing that when Clay Schmidt pitches in big time atmospheres and big time games, he steps up. He elevates to the level of competition, and when we need him the most, he got it done for us today. So I just can't tell you how proud I am for him. It'll go down in my mind as one of the more gutsy performances I've seen out of a starting pitcher. He scored some runs early, and he held them at bay. Found a way to get deep into the ball game. Got into the 9th inning, and against a really good offense. So just can't say enough about him and his toughness and competitiveness. That's why we won today, was because of Clay Schmidt's toughness and our ability to find a way to put together some big at-bats against a really good starting pitcher.
Again, let's take questions for our players first. We'll start here in the front.
Like, what was the difference today as opposed to the last time you faced these guys up there at Louisville?
I think that today, I knew going into it, especially the previous starts and outings, I was coming in there with a different confidence level, and our defense and offense has been really clicking as of late, and as they always have been. And it was I was really fortunate to be able to go in there with a lot of confidence and just try to execute pitches and get us out and back in the dugout as quickly as possible.
Reed, second day in a row that you guys have faced first team all-conference pitcher, and it doesn't look like you guys are scared at all when you're up there.
No, sir. We have faced McKay earlier in the year, and I gotta give credit to Connor Jones. He's a great pitcher, and we put together some great at bats. But McKay, we knew he'd like to throw the fastball. We had a great pitching plan. We give credit to our coaches for that, but we just stuck to it. We knew we were gonna have to turn around this fastball today, and it worked out in our favor.
Reed, I have to ask. Did you not like dropping to 7th in the order? It looked like you swung a little angry out there today. And Coach, yeah.
No, I gotta trust the coaches. It's no secret I've been struggling a little bit as of late, and Chris Williams has been swinging the bat great. But it doesn't matter where in the lineup. You're still just as important. So I just got to keep the same approach, keep swinging the bat, and it turned out well today.
No.
Clay, Louisville's hitters said they thought your fastball was more explosive today than the last time you faced them. And it's going to be able to hold your velocity pretty well today. Do you feel like physically, are you just stronger at this point in the season than you were, maybe midway through?
Yeah. I also made a couple mechanical changes with Coach C after we faced Louisville, and I started to get back a little bit of velo and have more late life to it like I used to have. And I think that was another thing that's benefited me as a pitcher and being able to go in deep into games.
Seth, could you imagine that you would set the Clemson record for home runs by a freshman this season?
I don't know. Sport of baseball, you can't predict anything, and that's something you got to think about. Season by season, it can change on a dime. So obviously, I wasn't coming into Clemson, this early spring thinking I was going to break the record for home runs. But it's a pretty cool accomplishment, and I'm honored to hold that. But the other thing is that I want to say is just my teammates have been picking me up lately, and obviously we got a great squad, and they've been picking me up, and it's just been a great experience to be a part of a club like this, and I wouldn't change for the world.
Seth, have you changed your approach at all? You haven't seen a lot of good pitches to hit over the last month and a half.
Just small adjustments. Maybe looking in on some pitches, on the inner half of the plate, or looking away because teams are starting to mix it up on where they're pitching me and with the shifts and all that kind of stuff. And I've had to adjust to that. It's been a work in progress. It's been tough, but it's good to have the sense of knowing that your teammates can pick you up. Obviously, last game and obviously this game, and just to be able to adjust to that. And the one I put a good swing on, I was just looking for a pitch, in on me, and I put a good swing on, so it was pretty fun.
Like, you guys have been through a lot the last 4 years, especially. Can you talk about right now what it means that whatever happens this afternoon or at least tomorrow, a game for playing for an ACC championship?
I mean, we've unfortunately in the past have been snake bitten when it comes to the ACC tournament. And, we would get 2 wins. I think it was my sophomore year we got 2 wins and then only lost 1. And to be able to be in the position where we are, it's a huge thing for our team. To be able to say the confidence level that we have coming in right now in the postseason, it's massive right now. And these guys have come in and day out and been able to execute on the offensive side and defensive side. And they have picked us up time and time again throughout the year with pitching. And now that that's starting to click, we're really a force to be reckoned with.
We'll open it up for questions for Coach as well.
Coach, I've been watching games, see teams go extra innings, throwing 6, 7, 8 pitchers in a game. How big was what Clay gave you today? And could your pitching have set up any better through these first 2 games, considering what you've got the rest of the weekend?
There's no doubt about it. I mean, him being able to go deep today was big for us because we used Eubanks out of the pen in game 1, and we used Crawl out of the pen in game 1 as well. So for Clay to be able to get deep into the ball game, it was critical for us. And I think the biggest thing, you look at this start, they scored a single run in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning, and he stayed out there. He stayed out there and he kept pitching, he kept competing, and he got better as the game went on. He wanted to stay out there for the whole game, but the pitch count was getting up there, and I thought he was maybe running out of gas a little bit. He would argue that he wasn't, but that's because he is a great competitor. That's just the competitor he is. He doesn't like it when I take him out of the game, but I think it's just a testament again to what type of competitor Clay Schmidt is. And you look at this season for him, he's been up and down at times, but when we needed him the most, at the end of this season, he's been arguably our best guy. I mean, he's thrown extremely well. So I couldn't be prouder of him to be able to stick with the process, to deal with the ups and downs and all the adversity that he's faced in life. I think has helped him, and he stuck with it. He kept competing, and he found a way to put us in a really good position. And it's because of his makeup and his toughness and competitiveness.
Over here on the aisle.
Monty, what will you do now pitching for tomorrow, and how much will you wait to see what happens in the Virginia game to determine that?
I will wait. I'm going to wait and see what happens in the game today to determine, what we'll do. We've got a couple different options that we could go with, but we're going to wait and see what happens in that game this afternoon before we make that decision.
Clay, when you made those mechanical tweaks and you see a little bit more zip on your fastball, what does that do for you confidence-wise out there on the mound? Do you feel more confident attacking hitters just because you have that extra life?
Oh, of course. And with velo, you can get away with some mistakes here and there. And I was fortunate enough to be able today to make pitches with the velo, the extra velo that I've gained. And those mechanical changes have really allowed me to kind of get back into. I'm a rotational kind of guy, and I like to be able to rotate in my pitching motion and just be able to feel more comfortable out there. And I think that being comfortable, it makes you such a better baseball player. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to produce for these guys these past couple outings.
Clay, regarding the things you've overcome, when were you given a clean bill of health, and what's your situation now?
I was given a clean bill of health at the beginning of September. I finished my last radiation treatment and then drove straight back up to Clemson and joined the team. And so treatment now is there's no treatment, luckily, knock on wood. But I go back for rechecks every 3 months, and then for the first year, and then after that, I go every 6 months.
Monty, can you talk about how big Reed's home run was, that first one? That kind of got you guys jump started again, and then obviously get individual game winner.
Well, anytime you're playing a team like Louisville, you know that runs are at a premium. I mean, they're at a premium. You got to earn your runs. I mean, this is an extremely athletic lineup, and defensively, they've got some dynamic athletes all over the field. So you've got to earn every single run. And you know, Reed ran into 2 balls today and hit them pretty dang good. So you look at it, we scored 2 runs right there. KJ gave us another run at the bottom, and you know, Seth and Weston hit some solo homers. So it was we didn't scratch out too many hits, but when we did, we made them count. And it's all about taking your best swing and being on time. And when you're facing a guy like McKay, you got to catch the ball out front, because he's got an explosive fastball. He's one of the best starters in the league. He's left-handed. He's a tough kid to square up, but I thought our guys did a really good job of adjusting and you know, trying to catch the ball out front. That was our game plan today, is don't let this guy beat you with his fastball. He's going to pound you in with fastballs, and you got to catch that fastball out front. And a couple of our guys caught it out front and hit it pretty good.
Take our last question right here in front.
Clay, you took a couple extra seconds before you stepped on the mound in the ninth. What's going through your mind, and what'd you say to yourself?
Finish it, really. I mean, of course, I kind of had an idea of where I was pitch count wise, and I knew that I needed to be able to get these guys quickly. And not saying that it was like margin for error or anything but I wanted to be able to get these guys, get this win and shut them down, because they can come back at any time, and they're an extremely well-rounded team and explosive offensively. And I just kind of did the same routine that I've been doing every other inning, and just took a step off and took a little breath and kind of refocused in.
Thanks to all